I done seen Longlegs, and I'm here to tell you Supa's experience of that. Now, first, I want to say everybody did they everybody did their thing. Everybody did their thing. From the cast, plot, storyline, everything. I loved it. I'm gonna go ahead and say it now. I'm gonna give this movie. I ain't really thought too deep. I ain't got a confirmed answer, but I'll say a roughly like an 8, 8.5 out of 10. That's still high. That's still high. Like it's still high. Like I loved it. I will watch it again, and I'm getting it back on DVD when it's time. Like it's a wrap. I like this movie. This was like literally different than like usual stuff I see. So let's get into it. I'm a spoilers. I'm letting you know this now. Spoilers. Spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled, stop it right here. Come back or whatever. But I'm ready to get into it. From my perception, at least, I'm not like I said. I don't do the whole diving too in depth. I'm gonna give you a good rough summary, and then you go from there. You do whatever you want from there. Anywho, so we got Longlegs, okay? So we got Shorty right here. Her name Lee. Oh, come on, guys. Like, let me hold on. Oh goodness. Let me just go like this. So yeah, all right. Who? We got Lee Harker here. That's her name. Lee Harker, Lee Park, whatever. And Shorty right here, she give off the weird vibes from the jump, just like antisocial. Just not talkative too much. She just gets she does her job. You feel me? That's pretty much it. No, really, not too big of a social life and all that. Only social life it seems she has deeply is with her mother. As you see in the random times, she's on the phone with her mother. At first, it was just phone calls. Like I thought it was pretty strange at first. It was just random phone calls. Hey, mom, and also, but you can tell it wasn't like no. It wasn't like no genuine just mom, what's up with you and all this. It was just like I'm here and present and we will talk though, mother. It was weird. It was just weird. But other than that though, one thing about this girl right here in this movie, I would hate to be the boyfriend. You know why? Because she's gonna figure out what you've been doing. I'm not gonna lie. If you a cheater at least, hey, I'm loyal, I don't cheat. But I'm saying, if you were to text her and say, babe, I'm going out to Walmart to grab some fruit, she's already gonna know. She's gonna have set up. She's like, no, you're not. Why? Because when you picked up off the shelf, I caught you at 12:40. This, because the way she connects the dots to things, like her little psychotic power and all this. Hey, she's not the one to play with. But anywho, and throughout the movie, you see that this Lee, she has her memory is. I'm guess I'm going off of this. Her memory is kind of gone from her childhood. Like she remember bits and pieces, but like there's a something missing to her. Like in her, she knows it. There's something big missing that just not clicking with her, and all this will do. So, throughout the movie, she gets closer. It's more like a revealing. Oh, this was what going on in my childhood that I didn't know about. But anyway, as the movie go on, you see just revealing more and more of a childhood, basically throughout memories and stuff like that. But apparently she takes on a case. I'm not that I'm telling you. I'm not one of these deep divers. How these other people got it fully explained. I just seen the movie. I gotta see it again to really get another understanding of it. But she takes on a case of a killer who is called Longlegs, basically. And this Longleg killer, he got a whole. Once you see the movie, you'll understand from what I'm saying. He just got a whole little theme, like birthday. It's like families, death, father killing them, and it's all around birthdays and stuff like that. And you see out through the movie, it's got some type of satanic type of connection to it by the days of being sick. You'll understand once you see it, basically. But it's all related to a satanic type of vibe, basically. But in this case, there eventually you see like the killings, and you're not seeing like literally like killings, or when you look at the evidence, you're not seeing killings of somebody just deliberately killing. Like it's like, oh, break in, and then we get started, and then we leave the evidence and we go. It's like it's not making sense to, like, it seems like this killing is invited, like it's like told, like these people are doing essentially like I guess what they're told, and it's just making no sense, and they just keep happening. So basically, she's just like trying to figure that out. Like she's on the case. The case hasn't been solved at all till Lee pops up and she starts getting it done. I'm telling you, she's up late at night getting a job done. She's not playing. Give her a bonus. But freaking eventually you get pulled into the killer. You see Longlegs, who is Nicolas Cage. I ain't gonna lie, Nicolas Cage did his thing. Oh my gosh. For this type of movie, Nicolas Cage got it. But you see, in the beginning of the movie, he gets introduced like this. If it will load up. There we go. He gets introduced like this. You only see half the face, the lower half basically. That's how you get introduced, and it starts off basically with like a childhood type of thing. He's just talking to a child and essentially just disturbing the peace, being the weirdo basically, just being the weirdo. Mother comes in, stops all that, but essentially this all comes into hand because he was the killer. Like, this dude was the killer. Well, a part of the killing, he assisted in it. He assisted in it by making the dolls and all that. I don't know if he contributed more than that. They kind of left us vague with some things, or I just wasn't paying that close of attention. But he made the dolls that keep showing up in the movie, basically, of the families. And all the dolls look like the daughters. I don't even know if there was male kids in the scene, but they all look like the kid. They all resembled the kid whenever these dolls was near the family or whatever. So you already know this is a horror movie. You getting type of demonic vibe. So you assume the doll is probably, you would think right then and there the doll is the devil on some Annabelle type not essentially the case basically, but eventually, like I said, you get introduced that Nicolas Cage and Longlegs is the killer, and you get first really introduced when he goes to a shop to get supplies, and he's essentially just making another doll, whatever. He's finished. He's doing his part in the killings, basically. So you see him, you can tell he's the weirdo and all this whoop in the movie, and essentially you figure out he has a strong connection tied back to Lee from her childhood, because he was one of the he found her like when she was a child. And this is where the movie gets really intense. When he found her as a child, she was essentially going to be murdered, a murder victim or whatever the case may be. Something bad was going to happen to her, but Nicolas Cage, Longlegs, gave Longlegs Lee mother. He gave the mother Lily opportunity of a lifetime, demonically basically, and he essentially let Lee be alive. Like, he wouldn't harm her, she wouldn't be touched, as long as basically she helped contribute to the murders. Basically, that was for until as long as she was on the earth. And now in the movie, the mom was just, she was just very cool. Like, in the beginning, just calm and collect, just talking like as a normal mom. Just all she would just say is, "Have you been praying?" And all this would do. That's all she would ask. She wouldn't give up too much crazy. But when you see her firsthand, like her first introduction, that's when you start really getting the feel for her, and you're like, "Oh, she's just kind of crazy. Like, what the fuck happened? I don't know, my childhood mom. You act funny in person. What's going on, basically?" But essentially, she as Lee figures out, she's trying to figure out more of her childhood that seems connected to this Longlegs case. She asked her mother about the childhood, because there was a point in time when Lee was younger. She seen Longlegs, like something like that, something along the lines of that. She seen Longlegs. There was an intruder, and she called the cops. And it was all pushed away from her memory. She forced Lee as a kid to like forget somehow, to like erased it from her knowledge. But whenever she was intruded, Longlegs came in and literally tied her up or whatever, and I guess really forced her to, like, that's when she's forced to spare the kid's life. If you help me with what I'm doing, your daughter won't be harmed. So essentially, she tried to keep her shaded from this whole second double life that she was living, because what she was doing with these dolls is delivering the dolls to the families. I was like, whoa, I ain't gonna lie, that was a plot twist. That was a good plot twist. The mom was delivering the dolls to the families and essentially that's how it was like. That's how it initiated. That's how the killings initiated. Like somehow when that doll got in there, shit started flaring off basically, and you see it firsthand when you see Lee Boss. Lee Boss. Lee's freaking boss, basically the one who was like literally she was reporting to. It ties in. It later clicks in, and you're like, oh nah. But the boss that she reports to, let me see, cause you don't see it. Whenever you see it, you understand. The boss that she reports to, his daughter was having a birthday, and it was on a 14, 13, whatever day that it all ties together. And later, you see when you figure out that the mother was like tied into these things, the mother delivered a doll. It was the last. It was a good how they played it, because it was all a build up to the last murder of the movie, which was her boss's family. And because you see earlier in the movie, the little girl was like, "Are you coming to my birthday party? I want her to come to my birthday party." And it was all just a build up to inviting the girl to the birthday party. But eventually, whenever she figures out that, oh, what happened? She figures out that her mom had a tie to it, because the mother killed the person. Whenever she pulled up, Lee pulled up with a partner, basically, because they seen her go through the whole thing. Longlegs eventually kills himself in an interrogation room after they captured him, and they was questioning him. And then it was essentially like a evidence loss, because whenever he talked, after he got finished talking to Lee, he killed himself. And then I was like, okay, we're not gonna figure out. The boss was mad because he was like, we ain't got no evidence, we ain't got no ties to connect him to the murder. This was all a waste. Like, it's all this. Woo. So essentially, in reality, and you're thinking of this, you're like, oh, the case is over. We got nothing. No. So she goes back to question the mom, because the mom knows something. At this point, the mom is the only person that knows something. So he goes back to the mom and tries to question her, but she pulled up with a partner, and the partner, R.I.P. I'm gonna just go ahead and say R.I.P. When she went in to talk to the mom was already on game. She was already out the back of the house. You see a doll floating. It threw me off. You see a doll floating, but no, it was actually the mother just dressed up. Whatever. It was an eye thing. It's like you clear your eyes and you see something again. But she kills the partner, and then she hears it, because whenever whenever Lee caught on, because she found a hidden door, which was Longlegs' operation room in their house the whole time. If I'm remembering it right, this whole time he had an operation room in their house, like this whole time. It was crazy. But here's the gunshots, comes up, sees it, and she's like, mother. She sees mother do that. She goes find the mother. Mother is back at the with a barrel shotgun, ready to kill another kid that's in the back. But it wasn't a kid. Once he wiped her eyes again, and you see it was another doll. But this doll was of Lee. And the mother's like, you set him free, like, or this will do a whoop. She knows what's truly going on, but essentially she said that she did something. Lee did something wrong, and the mother's plans is ruined and all that. So she shot the doll. And the doll let off this little black toxin, or whatever the case may be, assuming it's a demonic possession in some type of way, or whatever the case may be, because Lee, she passed out right after that. She just passed out on the ground. So I'm assuming off that, you see the dolls have some type of demonic spell or something like that over, the kids or something like that, because I'm assuming how I watched it, either it suppressed her memories, this doll, or just like she was under some type of influence to ignore what was going on. Basically, I gotta watch it again, whatever. But essentially, that's when she wakes up and she's in the basement, and it's literally Longlegs' lair, as you see throughout the movie, of him chilling there, like he was there the whole time or something like that, I guess. But yeah, so eventually she catches all the dots. That's when all the dots connect, and we're in the last segment, and boom, she goes to the boss, because she gets a call. When she wakes up, she's getting a call, like the phone's not stop ringing, and basically I guess it's the demonic presence, the whatever spirit, and literally she was late to the girl's birthday party from the boss's daughter's birthday party, as they talked about. So boom, you already know birthday killings and all this. It's all nah. So she rushes over there, gets there, and knocks on the door. She hears the music. I'm already thinking, oh, we ready to come in here with some dead bodies. That's all it is. No, the dude answers the door. He literally answers the door. I gotta pull up a picture of this dude. Longlegs cast. Oh my god. No way. All right, but he essentially opens the door and they're all okay. He's just like, "Oh, come in. It's the birthday party, whatever the case may be." There we go, right here, Agent Carter. Like, gosh, like literally, Agent Carter. You seen him in the movie, basically. This is the boss, but freaking, he's just talking to her, and he's just like, "Oh, come on in. You just might miss it all. This, everything seems cool." But when she gets in there, she looks over and she sees her mother's already there with the doll. Because essentially, I didn't explain it. The mother was delivering all that needed to be done. There was all they somehow these dolls or something was getting in the house. Something was getting in the house, and that wasn't like a break-in or something like that. So there was something else missing, and essentially it was the mother because she was playing a part in this the whole time. She was delivering these dolls to the families. And once just all that needed to be done was the doll get in there. Everything else, the demonic presence and everything, would do its part after. You know why? Because boom, the doll was already opened up in the family house. They got in there. She's already knowing. Lee's already knowing. It's a wrap. It probably might be a wrap. It's ready to kick off here soon. And the boss is acting crazy. Agent Carter, I just remember his name. Agent Carter is already acting funny. He's showing signs of aggression and then calmness and all. You can already tell, yeah, something demonic presence already took a hold or whatever the case may be, because the wife is over here literally seeming delusional. How she, like, if you seeing it, you like, hold on, why is he talking this crazy? And you sitting here smiling. Anywho, boom, freaking, like I said, eventually the family got to die. That's what's got to go on. The family has to die. So eventually, like, you can tell the mother and the Lee's just looking at each other like it's one of those moments where they like, what are you doing? Like, what? Come on, stop it! Whoa. The mom is committed. Like, it has to happen. So eventually, Agent Carter gets up with his wife, and he says, "Oh, they start referencing murder type of lines, like, oh, I'm ready to cut up the pieces and cake and all this, whatever the case may be." So eventually, he gets up, goes to the kitchen, and you already know he's ready. He's ready to kill his wife. So, and keep in mind, the demonic presence already took over. It ain't him in the right state of mind. Because them are just already, the doll's inside. It's a wrap. So he goes in there and he kills her. You hear the stabbing. You like, dang, it's a wrap for him. And you know when he comes back out, he's going to kill the kid also. But when he comes out, Lee couldn't just sit there and watch, because the mother was even saying, let it happen. The family has to die. Because her whole thing, the mother was, I'm doing this for you. Like, that was her thing. Like, she was literally doing the devil's work for her to be able to stay alive and not whatever, just basically live her life. And that was just the life that was set out for him. But Lee shoots the Agent Carter. Bow, shot, dead. He down on the ground. The mother's pissed because she's ruined the plans. The mother didn't want to do that. She was literally watching, like, let this happen. But no, she did that. The mother pulls out a knife out of anger, tries to stab Lee. I don't know if she was trying to kill her. I don't know essentially what she was going for, but it looked like she was trying to stab Lee. So Lee, bow. Put the mother down, basically. Put the mother down. Now that's dead. Now the kid is still alive. The kid is still alive, stuck under the spell, because what is the kid doing? Staring up at the doll. Just like sitting down on the couch, staring up at the doll. So Lee is like, come on, let's go. And what she wanted to do at that moment was fire at the doll. And it's another thing also, you see in the trailer, you see that demonic looking presence or whatever, it's essentially the doll. Like, whenever they're covered up, it's the doll. So even whenever you see the mother getting tied up by Longlegs and then she looks over and you see that demonic presence again, I think that was just the doll. It was Lee's doll, basically, that just looks like the it ties into demonic presence, whatever the case may be. So anywho, it's at the end. This is the end of the movie though. She got the gun, stared at the doll. She's ready to blow the head off too, because I don't know why. I think she just think that would spoil all the plans. Or also like how she saw her mother shoot it, she thought just something would come up out of it, but she ran out of bullets. Or whatever the case may be. Like, I don't know. She ran out of bullets. I don't know if it was meant to be or whatever the case may be. The doll can't be destroyed because in the doll there is some type of ball, like I said. But whenever that little toxin let off, as I explained before, there's literally like a ball in the doll, and we don't know really truly what significance it has. But as you see, whenever that mug shot earlier in the movie, a toxin let off. So I guess it's something to tie with the kid or whatever the case may be. But she tries to shoot it, doesn't go off, and she's just like, whatever. So she takes the kid, and literally that's it. That's it. So now I don't know what the ending really So I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna have to watch other people's explanation videos because I don't know if she's under a spell. Like if now, if like she's continuing out the devil's work, if Lee's continuing out the devil's work, or if she's just now under a spell from how it ended. I don't know. I don't know how that ending, what it did. Longlegs 2? Longlegs 2 coming out? I don't know, but still, overall though, I'm gonna figure out answers. I'm gonna watch the ending explanation videos myself because I want to figure out what the hell what did that do? Like what, you know what I'm saying? What did that do? But overall, Longlegs 8.5 out of 10. W movie. Nicolas Cage did his thing. Like